Hey, what's up guys, Ben here, welcome to another video on my channel, FilmFanatic. Now today, it's the first ever Q&A on this channel. This is kind of a 100 subscriber special. It's just really late, and we're actually nearly at 150, which is absolutely crazy. Thank you so much for that, I really appreciate it. So we asked for film related questions on Twitter and Facebook using the hashtag AskFilmFanatic. Thank you so much to everyone who asked a question. I get loads and loads, so I'm very grateful. If I didn't answer your question in this video, I am very sorry. I will try and get to it in the near future. But let's just jump straight into the questions. So question 1 is from Mimi Henson on Twitter. She says, why are there so many remakes these days? Can the industry make original films anymore? Winds me up, angry face. And I totally agree with you, Mimi. There are so many remakes and sequels to movies these days that it is almost like the film industry is running out of ideas. But they really aren't. I mean, there's so much you can do with the amount of money the film industry has. You can do so much with film. You can take it literally anywhere. So don't get too angry. I'm sure there'll be many original films to come. So the next question is from Harry Edwards on Facebook, and he says, if you had to pick one movie to watch for the rest of your life, what would it be? Now, I'm not the kind of guy who can watch films over and over again repeatedly, because I do think it gets really annoying. So I'm gonna have to pick a movie that... Oh, this is really difficult actually. I don't want to watch my favourite movie over and over again, because then I'll just get bored of it and it won't be my favourite movie. So I'm just gonna have to pick a movie that's not my favourite but it's still really good. This is really difficult. I'm sorry Harry, your question's too difficult to answer. So the next question is from Jamie Hosey, again on Facebook, who says, what's your favourite scary movie? Now, I know it's not necessarily classed as a horror, it's more of a psychological thriller. I'm going to have to go with The Shining. I mean, it used to be scary when I'm younger, but now I'm so much more focused on the fact that it's a thriller than a horror. So yeah, I'm going to have to say The Shining. The next question is again from Facebook, and it is Leslie Grosser, who says, what do you think is the worst film? Worst film I've ever seen? Ooh. I'm going to say the worst film I've ever seen is Stuart Little 3. Now, why they bothered making a Stuart Little 3, I don't know. Stuart Little was one of my favourite kids movies, both the first and the second. The third one was just all animated, it was crap, really didn't enjoy it. So, not necessarily a bad movie, but for me, it's the worst. This question is from Luli on Twitter. She used the hashtag AskFilmFanatic, and she says, what made you decide to join the small YouTuber community? Now, it was a no-brainer, let's be honest. In YouTube, you need to kind of team up, you need to become friends with people in your community. And there are so many other small YouTubers out there, some very good small YouTubers who deserve so many more subs than they have. And I remember talking to a few small YouTubers like Seng Seri, who I did my collab with last week, people like him, and he talked about how he knows so many new friends through YouTube. And so I just started talking to all these other small YouTubers, throwing ideas back and forth. It made perfect sense to join the community, and if you're a small YouTuber out there, it's really smart to get to know the other small YouTubers in your community. This question is on Twitter, and it's from Phobic Wonder. She also has a YouTube channel, leave a link to it in the description. She says, if you had to be involved in any movie franchise or series, what would it be? Now, this is in terms of wanting to be in a series, I'd rather be one of those characters who is kind of a secondary character or even an extra. Because if I'm picking a series to be in, I want it to be a good series, but I know that if I was like a main character, I would totally ruin that series. So I'm going to say Back to the Future. Now if you didn't know, Back to the Future is one of my favourite films. It always has been, and it probably always will be. I would just like to be on that set with Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd, people like that. I would love to just kind of soak it in, the magic that came from those sets. I'd just like to be, I'd be that extra who sat in the background just starstruck at everybody who went by. I'm going to have to say Back to the Future. The next question is from Carlos on Twitter. He says, what inspires you to make YouTube videos about reviewing movies? And it is the simple fact, no one else wants to listen to me. I wanted to spout this knowledge and want for films somewhere, and so I thought I'll record myself talking about a few films. And I really enjoyed it. I ended up just continuing, and now it's going really well. I've had so many great opportunities coming up that I'll talk about soon. YouTube's just giving me something that's I've been able to get out. I've got all this film knowledge and this, you know, kind of want for really good films, and I'm tired of keeping it in. So I want to show it to you guys and everyone who's willing to watch me. So the simple answer to what made me want to make YouTube videos about review movies is nobody else would want to know. This question is from a main man, Sensori, and he says, what was the last film you got worked up about enough to shout at the screen? I'm going to have to say Harry Potter. The simple fact that Dobby dies. That was one of those moments where everyone in the cinema just kind of held their breath, because Dobby was pretty much everybody's favourite character. And when he died, spoiler alert by the way if you haven't seen it, it was just one of those moments where everybody kind of held on to their seats like, oh god, Dobby's dead. And I kind of just burst out with a kind of why? Like as if something was going to answer me. I don't know, I got so upset when Dobby died. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows was what made me shout at a screen. The next question is from Sarah May. She is a very, very good small YouTuber. I'll leave a link to her channel in the description. Go check her out. She says, what's your opinion on final movies in a series always being split into 2 parts? Now I assume she's talking about things like The Hunger Games and Harry Potter, and I totally 100% agree with that. So in a book, which if it's split into 2 parts the majority of the time it is, it's going to be boring watching like such a long movie about this. I mean, Harry Potter, the final book was like that thick, and the final movie was over 2 hours easily. Imagine watching like a 4.5 hour movie. Like, some people enjoy that, but for me, as much as I am a film buff, I don't think I have the capacity to watch 4.5 hours of movie. So I think it's a good idea to split them into 2 parts, especially if it's going to make the second part even better. And that is it for me today, guys. If you did enjoy, go ahead and hit the like button down below. It really does help my channel out. Thank you so much to every single one of you who asked a question either on Twitter or Facebook. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to hit subscribe so you never miss another video and help me get to 150. And I'll see you next time, guys. Take care.